Ishibon and Gunnar in the house, back with another Arsenal news episode. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boom! There is a secret weapon for Olympiacos against Arsenal that might be, well, it might be revealed tonight. Of course, we've got some updates about the injury update. The squad revealed of Arsenal that is actually traveling to Georgios Karaiskakis Stadium. It's going to be an away game for Arsenal. And of course, we're going to reveal Mikel Arteta has opened up about whether he's going to have some money to spend this summer transfer window or not. How exactly COVID has impacted his transfer targets, and whether they are going to get the right things or not. Cedric is ready for the competition, and of course, Arteta has opened up about Aubameyang, and of course, the killer man, Daniel Malin, and of course, Achraf Hakimi. We're going to talk about this in detail. So stay tuned if you seek daily Arsenal content. Best place to be, man. Well, you know what? There's lots of times that I would want to quit this. And the big reason why I don't do that, because the big reasons why I started this was to build a platform, and I ain't stopping it until I build a bigger platform for all the football fans to have their opinion, and of course Arsenal fans in the first place to have a best place where they can voice out their opinion. So without any further ado, let's just jump into the first news that we got here. Is that the killer striker and the secret weapon. So let's track the Olympiacos ahead of the Arsenal clash. This is a report by Kaya Kanak in football.london. Appreciate his work. He's unbelievable, and he's been hustling a lot in whatever the reports that he's putting on. So this is one he actually came up with as well about the Olympiacos thing. So how much have Olympiacos changed over the past 12 months? We were dumped out of the Europa League because of them, but they got dumped out eventually. So football.london spoke to Greek journalist Alexis Virvilis from local newspaper FOS to find out what lies in store for the Gunners on Thursday. Now, what can Arsenal expect from Olympiacos? Now, Olympiacos is thirsty to go far in the Europa League. In previous years, he reached the fountain and he did not drink water. Last year, Olympiacos was close to the quarterfinals, but due to some refereeing mistakes, Olympiacos was left out of the Wolves in the round of 16. The Greek Giants have secured this year's championship, not mathematically yet. They are in good shape. They have as a weapon that they do not want to give up on games and have scored a lot of goals in the last minutes. You know what happened? That killed Arsenal last time around, if you remember. So, this is what the journalist had to say. He says, I think Olympiacos will look at the beginning to put pressure on Arsenal and force them to make defensive mistakes like what happened against Burnley. So Pedro Martins will play 4-3-3 with the possible lineup according to this lad. He says Salala, Socrates, Ba, Osenu Ba, Repchuk, Villa, Bouchalakis, Kamara, Fortunis or Valbuena, Bruma and El Arabi. Well, we all remember El Arabi, don't we? So how confident are Olympiacos that they can beat Arsenal again? He says Olympiacos have a very good psychology, because they have won Arsenal twice in the last visits to the Emirates Stadium in the 2015-16 season and last year. Moreover, they have gained confidence playing against English clubs, because in the past in English stadiums, Olympiacos could not get a positive result and only had defeats. In August of 2018, Olympiacos qualified against Burnley. Last year, they were beating Tottenham 2-0 in London, but just before the end of the first half, a mistake was made by defender Yassine Meraya. Spurs reduced the deficit to 2-1, and the psychology turned in favor, and Spurs actually won in that group stages of the Champions League 4-2. I remember that. So yes, that happened. So how bad is the centre-back injury crisis at Olympiacos, he was asked. He said the absence of Ruben Semedo, who is the rock of Olympiacos' defense, is a very big blow, but the Greek club has the solutions. I have to remind you that Semedo didn't play in Emirates. Ba, who was replaced in the recent league match with Lamia due to injury, will play on Thursday. Socrates is not yet 100% ready. There was a shoulder hit, but he certainly has a lot of motivation to play well against Arsenal. So yes, that is it. And the player that Arsenal need to be worried about is El Arabi, a killer, and winger Bruma has played well in the last games as well. Finally, the defensive midfielder Villa, who runs non-stop each game and proved that he's the best transfer of the season for Olympiacos. So yes, we all know about El Arabi. We don't even want to think about it. Well, moving on, so talking about the players that have actually travelled for the game against Olympiacos, the goalkeepers Bert Leno, Matt Ryan, Karl Hein, James Hilson, Arthur Okonkwo and Tom Smith. Defenders include Bahrain, Magalhaes, Holding, Cedric, Callum Chambers, Pablo Mari, David Luiz, Joel Lopez, Zayn Monlewis, Tolaji Bala, Zach Swanson, Alexander Kirk, Zach Away, Brooke Norton, Cuffey. Midfielders, Tierney, Saka. What? Tierney is named in midfielders? Okay. Tierney, Saka, Dani Ceballos, Odegaard, Willian, Thomas Partey, Elneny, Smith Rowe, who's a doubt, Xhaka, Ryan Alebiosu, Ben Cottrell, Miguel Aziz, Omari Hutchinson, Charlie Patino. Forwards include Alex Lacazette, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Nico Pepe, Reece Nelson, Nketiah, Martinelli, Balogun, Jordan McKenna, and Trey Coyle. These are the team. This is the squad that has travelled to Georgia's Karaiskaki Stadium. And let's talk about Mikel Arteta reveals the impact of the financial losses and what impact will that cause against, in the summer transfer window. So Mikel Arteta has revealed what impact he expects, because Arsenal have actually made a loss of 47.8 million for the fiscal year from June 1st, 2019 to May 31st, 2020, as the impacts of changing manager, a big summer spending spree, and of course the COVID-19 pandemic has been clear now. The impacts are really strange, but Arsenal have been linked with such a strong players. I mean, the players who might not be cheap. I mean, Odson Edward, of course, that could be cheap. Tariq Lamptey won't be. Hossein Aouar, Mikel Merino, Mikel Oyarzabal. These guys have a really high release clauses for themselves. So this is what Mikel Arteta had to say. He says, we don't know yet because we have so many things to do. We have people on loan, people finishing contracts. There was a lot going on in the last two transfer windows that had to be done. The amount of things we had to do, which was probably unprecedented, and it will be again in the summer. So we're trying to put a plan together to see with the resources that we have, to see how much we want to improve, how we are going to do it, and at what cost. There are so many factors attached to it. It's not just about one thing or about just an amount. It's about a project that time-wise, how to build it is going to face some effort from everybody. We know that, and the challenging moments that we are facing at the moment are making it even harder. I want a sustainable club. We all want a club that can be run with our own resources. It's great that we have a club with the support of our owners, and we have had that in the summer when it was much needed, because everything that has happened with COVID and what has happened with the club in the last few years without the Champions League and the heat that they took. But our responsibility and everything that we are planning from the future is that the club can go back to being sustainable on its own and being all the time as strong as possible in every department. The financial part of it is crucial as well. Well, yes. So talking about the Europe's another big important factor, because that gives us the opportunity again to keep our club involved in Europe, whether it's in the Europa League or Champions League. We know the aim is all the time to be in the Champions League, but at the moment things are looking difficult but possible. The financial package that is attached to it at the moment is really, really important. So Mikel Arteta knows what he wants. But let's talk about Cedric Soares. Now he's already tweeted out this image with the caption, Europa League mode on, getting ready for our next challenge, Greece coming soon. Hashtag Arsenal, hashtag training, hashtag hard work, hashtag focus, hashtag COYG, hashtag Europa League, hashtag work, ladies and gentlemen. So Cedric is ready. Let's get the job done. So talking about Aubameyang, Arteta said, in big moments you need to have big players performing and making a difference, because at the end it's going to define where we finish in the season. It looks like in this moment he's firing and he's happy. Physically he's in a good moment and full of confidence. And Sven Mislintat also opened up about Matteo Guendouzi, about him being his signing. He says Matteo has the personality needed to demand every ball in tight situations, and he has great vision to play vertical and every other angle. That's his real strength. So he believes in Matteo, and I believe there is still a good amount of people in our base as well. So I think, yep, it is looking good. So talking about more stuff, let's talk about Daniel Malen, because PSV forward once again linked with Arsenal. Previously that it looks like Arsenal were supposed to sign him again, but it looks like they are definitely having a big competition. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Malen is considered a dream signing for AC Milan as they look to strengthen their aging attack for the long term. We all know Zlatan is not getting fitter and younger. So according to Calcio Mercato, Malen, who has 3 straight double-digit scoring seasons in the Eredivisie, is being wanted by AC Milan. Arsenal, if you're listening to this, watch him out, watch him out. Moving on, so another update about Achraf Hakimi. There is the transfer news which suggests, according to Mirror Football, reports from Mirror Football suggest today Arsenal are ready to make a summer move for Inter Milan defender Achraf Hakimi. The 22-year-old right back looks set to leave. The Gunners are seeking to sign him to replace Hector Bellerin. So it looks like Achraf Hakimi is about to happen, and it's not a coincidence. It just isn't a coincidence anymore. Achraf Hakimi to Arsenal is on the brink, and Arsenal are serious about it. Damn, if you're an Arsenal fan, you got to be serious about that as well. So without any further ado, I'll take your leave. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we are definitely previewing Arsenal versus Olympiacos today evening. Join in on the live, and we'll have some really good fun. Cheers. I'll see you in the next one.